Alright, this is day 3, and I've gotten that flat spot up there above the driveway done, and this is getting better. I probably should have filmed it, but I was embarrassed that I got stuck in there. For some reason I failed to remember the fact that you can't dig a hole with yourself in it and then get out unless you build a ramp. And so I had to like build a ramp while I was in there to get back out. So, and it's right there, but I couldn't get out. I was gonna tip over if I tried to go. So anyway, so all that material that I got from that flat spot up there, I moved over to here and then built up those walls, and I'm just going to continue to do that anytime I have extra fill dirt. And then the more I get that built up, the stronger it'll be and it'll hold water. Right now it's pretty thick, and I'm not going to the top of that with water. The pond is just going to be down in that bowl, but you can see how it's getting pretty built up. And that's rocks and chert and all kinds of stuff, dirt, sand, everything mixed into that, so it's should be pretty good. All right, well, I'm done for today, and when I get here tomorrow, I plan on doing a little more smoothing on that new spot up there, maybe a little more work on the pond. And here's that spot up here. And it's still not quite as large as I want it to be, but it is getting flat, so I look forward to getting that a little more flat, and then maybe widen it out a little bit. So that's where we're at. All right, until tomorrow. what I got accomplished right through here. I got this a little bit wider, and it's still not as flat as I want it. We're kind of leaning towards possibly putting the cabin here, and then the pad originally down there by the pond, us using that for the animals. So I really need to get this more flat, especially since there's going to be a cabin sitting on it. It's getting there. It's not there yet. So I have that pile of dirt there. I think I'm going to move back onto here and then try to flatten out this area to the right here a little more. See what we can get done. Okay, now this is starting to get where I want it. This is kind of the size and pitch that I want. So I still want there to be a little bit of a hill just for drainage, but it's now flat enough to where I would feel comfortable putting a pad up here. So I just moved, I dug a little bit more out, but I moved that big pile of dirt that was down there and then the scoops that I got from up here and just use that to build this out. So I still want to make some more passes on it. I'll do that tomorrow, but that's getting to where I want it to be. So once the cabin is brought up here, it'll be positioned there. The front door facing that direction towards the driveway, that's going to be the turnaround. This part, and right there in front of the truck, that's going to be the driveway, just going to kind of come around and loop back down. And the reason we started thinking about this is because over here, even though this is a cool spot too, over here is where I started the pond. And I am going to have a koi pond too, but I'll have to dig it up there somewhere. But really, I need to have the animals, the flight cage and all that stuff near this pond. That's going to be their main body of water. So we, you know, Nicole and I discussed it, and she suggested put the house up there and the animals down here. So I think that's what we're going to do. And it's really wooded through here too, which I like. So I like to have privacy with the animals, so they aren't scared and they're not aggravating anybody else as well. So that's where we're at. And tomorrow I'm going to do a little more, and then we will go to the next step, which is one of the next things we're going to be doing is starting on some of the animal stuff, and of course around the same time we're doing that, we'll be having the cabin delivered. So, and the cabin is coming completely empty. In other words, I'm doing all the work myself. I'm gonna make it livable and all that stuff. So this is gonna be a process. This isn't gonna happen overnight, but I'm just excited that we've got it started. So until tomorrow.